Hello, everyone. Welcome. Merry Christmas. I'm live. Welcome back to the Filmmaker Talks, where we talk everything films. So, yes, I'm actually 20 minutes early today. Yeah, I'm 20 minutes early. I usually start the stream at 7 o'clock, but I'm, almost always just sat around waiting. Like right now, I'd just be sat around waiting, just going, waiting for the clock to turn to 7. When I thought, this is the Christmas special. I need to just start it as soon as I can, relatively in the same kind of time as 7 o'clock. So I thought 20 minutes early, that's not going to hurt. We want to have a good long stream, don't we all? How is everyone doing today? We've got Rehan. Welcome, Rehan. Film Geek 13. It's excellent to have you here. I'm just going to say hello to everyone and I'll respond to your comment, Rehan. We've got Louis and Alfie movie reviews. Hector says, I like your sweater. Yes, I thought since it is the Christmas special, I put my Christmas jumper on. I was going to wear my Christmas hat, but it was difficult doing that for the thumbnail. And actually, the jumper, you got the trees here and reindeer. So yeah, got it new this year as well. So yeah, but Rihanna's just put, he says today he went to watch the new Wonder Woman film, Wonder Woman 1984, in the cinema. Hopefully you enjoyed it, Rihanna. I did as well. Literally today, yeah. Today I went to watch Wonder Woman in the cinema, and it was great to be back. Great to be back in the cinema. So yeah, looks like Lou and Alfie reviews has just put something. He says, hey, this is a bit random, but did you hear that Just Dance is getting a movie? Is Just Dance the is that an app? Is that like a dancing app? I think it is. Please don't make it like the Emoji Movie. I'm pretty sure Just Dance was in that film as well. And Hector just says he's hyped. I thought you were saying you were hyped for Just Dance, Hector. You're hyped for the new Wonder Woman film. Yes, I think you'll enjoy it. I thought it was good for what it was, and we'll talk about Wonder Woman in a minute because I will review it for you and we can discuss about it. Of course, all spoiler free. I would never put any spoilers in. But back to what I was saying about starting the live stream early. It's all Christmas, as you can tell. Got some decoration, just a bit of tinsel in the back to make it more festive, and of course the jumper. And I was going to wear this. Yeah. So hopefully everyone is good. Hope you're good, Film Geek 13. I'm glad you could make it. And if you couldn't tell as well, sorry, the stream thing flips the thing, so it's kind of like a mirror, so it's hard to point the right direction. But I see what it is. But anyway, you can see that I've got my Bond pictures now, which is nice. But Hector just said it's a game series, and yeah, it's Just Dance as a video game, and it was in the movie. I thought so, yeah. And Hector just put, what's the next video game movie? Pong? That would be quite funny actually. So naturally, we don't have many people watching at the moment because I started 20 minutes early, which is fine. We've got Hector here; he's ready to go, and so we've got Rehan. Maybe I think he did actually. Yeah, he was very early. So Film Geek 13 just put, have you seen Reanimator? If you haven't, it's absolutely fantastic. Definitely a 4.5 to 5 out of 5. Absolutely loved it. Definitely want to watch. I haven't seen the Reanimator, but I'm aware of it. I'm aware of the film. And does it have an Arrow Video Blu-ray release? Correct me if I'm wrong, Film Geek 13. But I will watch it definitely at some point. Definitely at some point. I don't know when the right time is for us to go and talk about Wonder Woman. Maybe when more people join. I did do a letterboxd review for it, but I saved a few of my points on the film for this live stream. Hector says, I watched Tenet recently and thought it was cool. Yeah, I rewatched Tenet and I thought the filmmaking is brilliant in Tenet, but the script really bogs it down. In fact, I'm going to say it right here. I enjoyed Wonder Woman better than Tenet. I can't believe I'm saying it because Wonder Woman's script is a little more sound than Tenet, but Tenet's filmmaking by far is superior to Wonder Woman, but it's just the script, like being so informal, having our character just as a protagonist. I didn't care about any of this, and it isn't because Tennant's story is complex. I enjoyed putting this kind of concept on an espionage thriller. I thought that was cool. That was really interesting, and I enjoy Tennant. If someone said, "What do you want to watch, Wonder Woman 1984 or Tennant?" I'll probably pick Tennant if I'm honest with you. I throw it on, but it's not fantastic. It's definitely not Nolan's best. But yeah, and Tom Grover's just put Anna. It is Arrow. It's on Arrow. Great. So I'll buy the Blu-ray of it because I'm sure I like it. It does seem really quite a cool concept. I've seen some stills from it. It looks really good. Sam is here. Welcome, Sam. Hope you're having a nice Christmas break. Glad you could join the stream. And you've put the new HMV Premium Collection title has been revealed, and has it? Oh, I've been waiting for some new HMV Premiums to be revealed, and that is just a no-brainer. I'm definitely getting that. I'm so happy that's on. I'm just going to see. Is there any more, Sam? I bet the cover for that looks great. I've got Little Caesar on our HMV Premium, and I haven't actually had a chance to take part in their sale, their 2 for £15 sale, which is a shame. But I spent a lot of money and got a lot of films in November, so I don't want to buy any more. Is it on their website, or did they just post it on social media? Or was it leaked? Whichever way, that sounds fantastic. Thank you for letting me know. We all know how I love the HMV Premium Collection. Thank you. Because HMV, they do post it on social media. The only one revealed for February so far. Yeah, they need to get more reveals and things. But that is a good title because sometimes they have some odd ones and some not so good ones. But I'm really excited to get that. Anyway, at Filmgeek 13, in America it's an Arrow release, but in the UK only, the sequel has an Arrow release and the first has been released on second side. Oh, thank you, Filmgeek 13. Yeah, thank you for that. I don't know about. Does anyone know? I don't know if Tom Grove is still watching because he is very much, Tom, you're quite into horror and things like that. Arrow. I've got a copy here. I'm just going to show you of Black Sunday on Arrow, but I had to get this from Amazon, and I think this is out of print. I couldn't find it on the Arrow website at all, but I really like Black Sunday, so I wanted to get the Arrow Blu-ray of it. And as you can tell, the casing is a little kind of wrinkly, and I might get a new case for that because it is quite wrinkly. I think it is what do you call it? Secondhand, yeah. Is this kind of like a US exclusive or out of print? I really don't know. And it was cheap as well. It was something like £12. I was like, oh, great. But I couldn't find it on the Arrow website. I'll put it back. Still have yet to see if the restoration's any good. Anyway, Louis and Alpha Movie Review says, I recently watched Home Alone 4. It's crap. Well, that is a very accurate description of the film. Filmgeek 13 says, in fact, I believe the third in the trilogy, Beyond Reanimated, is getting an Arrow release in February. Yes, I do. I've seen a few of I've seen the new Arrow video kind of announcements, and I did see some Reanimator stuff pop up. And Shane Harrison's here. Welcome, Shane. How are you doing this evening? I'm doing very well, Shane. Hopefully you're doing well as well. And you're going to have a nice Christmas. And if anyone hasn't seen, me and Shane did a collaboration together. One video on my channel and one video on his channel. If you haven't seen it yet, please do check it out. On my channel, we give our top 5 favorite releases from Criterion. And on his channel, we talk about tier rank the different Blu-ray labels. Just seen something pop up. It's nothing. Let's get back to it. A quick drink. So tell me, everyone, any plans for Christmas? What is on your wish list? I know what's on mine. The big thing that I want for Christmas, which hopefully I'll get, is the Federico Fellini Essential Fellini box set, because I had to get that. That's my Christmas. Really excited if I get that. Louis and Alfie Movie review says, what film would you say is incredibly underrated? That's a good question. A lot of people do ask me that. Overrated, underrated films. And I can never remember off the top of my head. So I'm just going to see on Letterboxd now any films that I just think I watched and thought that's really good. So I just thought I saw something then, but isn't talked about that much. Let's have a look. Because again, it's hard to kind of have these films just stored in your head and go, okay, that's an underrated film. That's an overrated film. I don't know. I'm looking. I've seen maybe The Guns of Navarone. That is quite underrated. Not many people talk about that. Maybe I don't know if I'm in the wrong conversation of this film. Like maybe there's a corner of the internet that are always talking about The Guns of Navarone. I don't know, but that film, it's just like it's not fun. It's not fantastic, but it is such a good kind of in the same vein as The Great Escape. And The Great Escape is always spoken about. It's always kind of helmed up as one of the great war films, but Guns of Navarone isn't. And that again has a great cast. You've got Gregory Peck, what's his name? Anthony Quinn, I think it is. Yeah, Gregory Peck, Anthony Quinn, and David Niven, the three guys in the film, the three main guys in the film. It's really great cast. Like it's 2.5 hours, and you can just sit back, relax. Like if anyone's wondering what like kind of a good Christmas Day, Boxing Day film would be, that is your film. Or The Great Escape. Any of those films, kind of a man on the mission type World War II films. Really great around Christmas time. Hector says, what is your least favorite HMV release? If you're referring, Hector, to my least favorite HMV premium collection release, because they do have some first edition releases, and I like all the ones that I got would be first edition. I like them all, maybe except for The Lighthouse, just because, as me and Shane did discuss in our video on the Blu-ray labels, some of them, they're inconsistent, because there's a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood one, which was the first HMV first edition they did, which was £50. You got the vinyl soundtrack, you got so much. Then you got Knives Out, which all of them are different. And we were talking about how they're very inconsistent. Like The Lighthouse, you get like an exclusive slip, some art cards, and that is it. That is it. Nothing else. So that wasn't too good, in my opinion. But if we're talking about a HMV premium collection, I don't know, because again, they're consistent. They're, every one, they're consistent. Same slip, silver thing on it, art cards, and stuff like that. And now they're putting posters in there as well. So if you're kind of saying my least favorite film on that collection, I don't know, because I haven't seen every film I own. So I'm just going to look at my list now on Letterboxd just to see, because I don't remember watching any HMV premium collection films and hating them. But I'm sure there'll be a bad one in there. If I can actually get to it. Come on. Okay, we're just going through the Criterion collection on my phone. Okay, because most of these are pretty, like, some of them aren't that great. That was good. Yeah, I don't know if I'm able to answer that one, Hector. I always like to answer people's questions. Maybe, it probably would be then Dracula AD 1972. I just thought that was I just thought it was dull. But then The Satanic Rites of Dracula, which is actually lower scored on Letterboxd, I enjoyed it more. I really actually liked that, because it was kind of, I think The Satanic Rites of Dracula was a lot more campy and a lot more, it didn't take itself that seriously, and it was just so 70s hammer horror. It was yeah, that was great. Yeah, so yeah, I would go with that. Anyway, I've just seen Walter. Welcome, Walter. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Here's Shane. He says, I wish I could go see Wonder Woman, but Boris put us in tier 4, so it's basically a full lockdown over Christmas. Oh, yes, I've heard about that. That's a shame. yeah, it was great because I'm in a tier 2 area. It was great just to go to the cinema. Like, even though I didn't, I was hoping to enjoy the film Wonder Woman. I was thinking, hopefully I enjoy this. And yeah, I thought it was good for what it was. And at least it wasn't terrible. At least I didn't hate the film, because then that would have been very good. And yeah, so sorry about that shit. But I do believe it is going to, is it PVOD or something? Or VOD, whatever it is. That's coming to us, and like that, you want that cinematic experience. That's what I wanted as well, because I haven't been to the cinema since September. So yeah. And Filmmakers 13 says, thanks for the advice on the last stream, by the way, mate. I went for the Clockwork Orange Premium. I don't regret it at all. That's great. Thank you. Yes, I'm really glad that you don't regret that, Filmmakers 13. That's great. I'm glad you're enjoying that. So soon, guys, we will be I will be talking about Wonder Woman 1984 and giving you my review on it. I'll just put this light towards me. I'm getting hot with this jumper on. Okay, so and Louis and Alpha Movie Review says mine is Wild Wild West. So I'm guessing that's one of your underrated films. Hector says Soul looks like a great movie. I'm excited for that. Yeah, Soul looks really good. Really excited for Soul. Yeah, definitely gonna watch that. Walter Robinson. Walter says, what Christmas films have you watched so far this year, and are you planning on watching more before Friday? I watched last night. I watched Gremlins and A Muppet's Christmas Carol. I watched a few days ago. What do you call it? The Grinch, the Jim Carrey Grinch one. What are the ones? Don't want to miss any. They're the ones on the top of my head. Like proper Christmas films, because some films I wouldn't. They're not Christmas films, but they're very Christmassy. Because I think those films that I've just mentioned are actually the only straight up Christmas films I've seen thus far. But films I would class as nice wintry Christmas films would be McGabe and Mrs. Miller and Knives Out. Those are nice kind of warm Christmas films to watch. That have nothing to do with Christmas, and The Revenant as well. That was because the snowy landscape was just beautiful in that film. Oh, I'm so glad I watched it around this time of year. And oh yeah, you asked any more before Friday? Definitely Elf and Home Alone. They're the main ones that I need to watch and get locked in. What other ones? Is there any others? I want to watch the new Star Wars Holiday Special, the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. That looks like a lot of fun. Any others? I've made a list of films that I'd like to watch, but but none of them are really straight up Christmas ones. Die Hard, maybe Gremlins 2 as well. I haven't seen that. Home Alone 2. Yeah. Scrooge, definitely Scrooged. Phantom Thread, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, Eyes Wide Shut, if I haven't already mentioned that one. Eyes Wide Shut. Nothing. It's set in Christmas time, but it really has nothing to do with Christmas. But it's a Kubrick film, so I'm going to watch it. And you should too, Walter. I know you need to get your Kubrick films in. Maybe it's not actually the perfect place to start with Kubrick. I know you've seen The Shining, but yeah. But still, if you want to watch it, might make you feel Christmassy. Anyway, Louis Narthy Movie Review says, me and my family are watching Home Alone 2 tonight because last year we watched Home Alone and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I need to watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I haven't seen that, believe it or not. Tom Grove says, I'd recommend Tenderness of the Wolves on our video. I find that extremely underrated. It feels like I'm the only guy who's ever watched it. Well, if I see it in the sale, Tom, I will buy it and I'll let you know. Filmmaker 13 says, what is your biggest guilty pleasure film? For me, it would be Hitman or Hitman Agent 47. They are both really bad films, but I can't help but enjoy them to bits, probably because I love the games. Yeah, that would be good. But I've just seen Movie Bug's here. Movie Bug, welcome. James, how are you? He says, hi, mate. Watched Tootsie this afternoon. Have you seen that one before? I have. Have you got the criterion of that? That Tootsie's really funny. Yeah, I did think, though, that the switch of Dustin Hoffman to Tootsie was a little too like a snap of a finger, but there's a laugh out loud moment in that film for me. And Bill Murray's in it. Yeah, it's really funny. And Dustin Hoffman's great in it. So yeah, I enjoy it. But do you have the criterion of that, James? Anyway, back to Film Geeks 13's question. What are my biggest guilty pleasures? I know there is some, but like I said, it's hard to remember these off the top of your head. So I've always got trusty Letterboxd here to come and save me. Well, just as I was talking, I just spoke about that a few minutes ago. The Satanic Rites of Dracula. That isn't fantastic, but it's really enjoyable. Any others that I thought were bad, but just had a really good time with? Maybe Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, I don't know. It wasn't terrible, actually, now I come to think of it. Any guilty pleasures? Because I know there's some. What have I done here? Get that back there. Right now, if I think of one, Film Week 13, I will say. But for now, a little hazy on that one. Yeah, sorry, I don't want to be just sat here thinking for like 10 minutes. Hector says, I love A Muppet's Christmas Carol. Used to watch VHS back in the old days. Yeah, it's a good one. Great songs in as well. Shane Harrison says, Saw is definitely something I'm looking forward to watching again on Christmas. It was definitely my favourite film from London Film Festival October. Pixar back to their best. Yes, you were very lucky, Shane, to actually get to watch that way early, like months in advance. That was really lucky of you to have already seen it. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. And Walter says, watched Home Alone last night, going to give the Home Alone marathon a miss this year. Well, Home Alone 2 is good, but the rest, do yourself a favour, skip them. Louis says, one Christmas film that everyone else likes that I don't is Scrooged. I like Scrooge a lot. In fact, for the past maybe 3 years now, I've seen Scrooged every Christmas Eve before I go to bed. But this year, I don't know if I'm going to break that. I know I want to watch Scrooge, but I also really want to watch Her Majesty's Secret Service. I don't know what I should do. And he says, James has just said, yes, he got it in the 3:30 deal. Yeah. Ben Roberts, he says, have you seen the 8th grade or mid-90s? If not, I recommend. I've seen 8th grade, if that's what you were talking about, but have yet to see mid-90s. Hector says, so this is one of Hector's guilty pleasures by the looks of things. He says, Jupiter Ascending. It's such a hot mess, but it's my own trash. And James says, what Disney Plus Star Wars and Marvel shows are you most looking forward to? Really great question. Thank you, James. Here's a one. The Acolyte. That is one that now this show doesn't have any yet. We don't know. It might have a young Palpatine in, which would be so cool. But yet we don't, it's all going to be new characters, but the premise, it sounds right up my alley. It's like 50 years, something. Well, it's before the Phantom Menace, and it follows the Sith. And that's all I need to know. A new kind of era of Star Wars, before we have the Phantom Menace. That to me sounds so fascinating and so gripping and so unique and new, and I can't wait for it. But in terms of a Star Wars show that I'm really looking forward to, that we have familiar characters with, is definitely Obi-Wan. Gotta be Obi-Wan. Ewan McGregor, he is so good as Obi-Wan Kenobi. I recently rewatched Revenge of the Sith, liked it even more. And because so much happens in that film, like I wouldn't mind the prequels being so much longer. They should have been like 3 hours. They were so much happens in Revenge of the Sith, and Ewan McGregor is he's just so good as Obi-Wan. And I like Hayden Christensen. I'm really excited to him to return as Vader. Shane Harrison says, what's your least favorite A24 film? I'm sure I've seen, there was one called Slice. It was weird how they produced that. It was like a bit of, I don't even know what happened in it. It was like a pizza thing and zombies. That wasn't too good. I wasn't a fan of that. Walter Robinson says, so you picked up Lahane in your recent video. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on it. Was lucky to see it in cinemas end of September. Loved it. Yes, you were very lucky, Walter, to see that. And I'm very looking forward to watching it as well. Take a quick drink. And soon, everyone, I will be talking about Wonder Woman 1984. because I put it in the video thumbnail. So I can't go back on my promise. Why is this taking... If I can get my thing off. Is this stuck? I can't open my water. What's going on? I can't actually... Oh, I've opened it. It's getting a little worried there. It's like, I can't go through this stream without any water. It's bad enough with this jumper on. I'm actually getting quite warm on this. I'm just gonna... It's not going to be entirely closed, just in case we have a situation like that. Anyway, Walter says, I also started watching Star Wars the other night. Watched all 3 prequels in one night. Wow. Well, I spaced it apart because I watched it with my brother. We watched it downstairs. And yeah, I just had this very strange kind of urge to go back and rewatch the prequels. I think it had something to do with Christmas time, and I haven't seen them in a while. And I really like the prequels. I would not call a single prequel bad. I'm a defender of the prequels, okay? They just get better. Like Phantom Menace definitely has its problems. Attack of the Clones, for the first time ever, I'm actually calling it a really good film. Really like Attack of the Clones. And of course, Revenge of the Sith, which I think everyone kind of says, okay, Revenge of the Sith is the best prequel. The Void says, have you seen Peter Bogdanovich's Target? I think that pronunciation was quite good. I'm not going to lie. I might have actually just pronounced it completely wrong, but I haven't actually. Oh, it looks good though. It looks like it's a type of film to have a Criterion release. Just by the first image of just that makes me want to go. I need to watch this, and the poster. I'm adding that to my watch list. Is it on any streaming? No, it's not. But it looks like that type of film to have a Criterion release. Oh, and Peter Bogdanovich has done. Yeah, he did The Last Picture Show. He did Paper Moon. Yeah. Anyway, we've got Dariush here. He says, "What's your favorite film-themed clothing you own?" Thank you for that good question, Dariush. I've a few that I like. I really like my 2001. I've got two t-shirts related to 2001. I've got the white one where it says computer malfunction, which I got from the Stanley Kubrick exhibition. And then I also have a black one, and it's got the space helmet from 2001, which is really cool, which I got from the Stanley Kubrick website. I like them. I've got 2 Full Metal Jacket ones as well. They're pretty cool. I've got some Star Wars ones. I've got Empire Strikes Back one, and it's when I got that when I went to watch it live in concert in the cinema, like in this big hall with the orchestra. That was a great experience. Pretty much most things, but I do like my white 2001 because it's so simple and you don't really know what it means unless you've seen the film and kind of seen it so many times that okay, that's the same kind of symbol from the film, which is computer malfunction, and it works on its own. It's like saying that I'm a computer malfunction. It's quite funny in that sense as well. So I'd probably go with that one. Okay, after this comment from Shane, I will talk about Wonder Woman. It says, if you could collaborate with any actor in a video, which actor would you choose? So many good questions tonight, guys. Thank you. Which actor would I choose to collaborate with? I don't know. I want to say Robert De Niro because he's my favorite. One of my favorite actors. Who's another? I'm becoming a really big fan of Stellan Skarsgård. I think he'd be a really interesting guy to talk with. But then I've just got an urge to say Nicolas Cage. Because he'd just be really fun to be on a video with as well. I'll probably go with those guys. Okay, I'll just finish this one. Darius says, "Congrats on the big win yesterday, mate." Thank you. I can't believe I actually won. If you're kind of unclear what Darius is referring to, I actually won the Big Paulie giveaway. One of the first tier of it, I won the complete Breaking Bad box set on Blu-ray. Like, I can't believe it. I was shocked. I was speechless. I was like, I can't believe I won. I would have been happy with anything because he had so many good prizes on it. I could have won the 4K of Back to the Future, which would have been very nice. I could have won every Star Wars film on 4K Steelbook, but that would have been awesome. That would have been out of this mind crazy good. But then again, I'd have nowhere to put them because there'd be so many. And I already own every Star Wars film on Blu-ray, so yeah, but that would have been great. All the prizes he had were so generous and so great of him, and I just kind of entered all of them just to be like, okay, I'll enter. We'll see what happens. And I'm sure probably over 100 people entered. And when I just saw my symbol, my logo thing profile come up, I was like, ah. And that is the best one for me to win as well, because I haven't seen Breaking Bad yet. I've seen all the other films that he had on offer as a prize. So I was very happy about that. And then to top it all off, if anyone's seen Elliot Cohen's latest video where he answers people's questions, he answered my question. That was great as well. I was like, oh, yes, actually answered my question. That was, yeah, great. Anyway, I'm going to share my screen so we can... Chrome tab. Okay. So I've got it up here. Got a picture of the poster thing. So people know what we're talking about. And if anyone comes to skip through to find out where I'm talking about Wonder Woman on the replay, they know that we're talking about Wonder Woman. I've just seen here, Tom Grove, The Cage. I thought you'd say something there, Tom. I know you like The Cage. He is. Oh, I bet you're looking forward to that new show, aren't you? Where he talks about all the swear words. Oh, that looks great. And Movie Bug says Breaking Bad is incredible. Yeah, I can't wait to watch it. I'll have a great time with the show. Yeah, and as in my comment, Big Paulie did read it out, and I did put that it's great because I don't have to be worried about Netflix taking down the show because you never know when they're going to do it. But now I can just watch it at ease whenever I want on glorious Blu-ray, physical media, always for the win. And Alex Pitt is here. Alex, how are you? How's things? Things are doing very well. We're just going to talk about Wonder Woman 1984, which I know you went to watch as well, and you really liked. So we can have a bit of discussion about that if you want. But yeah, everything is going well. Hopefully you're okay. Walter just put, very envious of you watching Breaking Bad for the first time. Wish I could go back and relive the experience. Well, that just makes me all the more eager to go and watch the show. Right, so I'm now going to talk about Wonder Woman 1984. First, I'll just read my Letterboxd review just to give you a flavour of my kind of general thoughts of the film. All right, this is what I put. This was good. Can I just say how great it was to be back in the cinema watching a new release movie? And thankfully, it was good for what it is. That's what I keep on saying, because for what Wonder Woman is, you know, a superhero sequel type thing, it was actually, it did what it needed to do and went a little above and beyond, I thought. Then I go on to say, unlike most superhero sequels, this one is heartfelt while being bigger scale than the original. Yes, it was a very big scale film. And maybe, I want to say, maybe too big of the scale. The 2.5-hour runtime is warranted by the large-scale story, which can jump out of proportion at times. Yeah, that's what I just said. The action is well shot. Patty Jenkins remains commercial, yet shines her voice through, including the script. That's literally the only what I put. Let's just talk about Pedro Pascal, because some people I've heard don't think he did a good job, and I think the villains, Pascal and Kristen Wiig as Cheetah, they kind of were quite melodramatic at points. I thought Kristen Wiig, especially when she was before Cheetah, was very just, she was just doing what most people already do. It was like, I've seen this before. She just, I didn't really like, I like what the Patty Jenkins was trying to do with that. You know, kind of, she wanted to become Gal Gadot. You know, she wanted to become Diana Prince, you know, quite sexy and, you know, get all the men to kind of attract with her. She wants to be noticed. But when she is noticed by these guys or by everyone, it's kind of ridiculous how many men just go, hey, you want to have a drink with me? I thought, really? Like, how many men do that? I would never do that. It's kind of like, not all men are rude like that. Thankfully, I have Chris Pine's character to remind everyone that men aren't just drooling over every woman that walks past them. What was I even saying now? Talking about Cheetah, yeah. And then how and that guy did deserve it. Something happens with a guy. And then when she becomes Cheetah and things like that. I'm trying to tread lightly on spoilers here. And if anyone's seen the film, like I mentioned, Alex Pitt has, please do tell me what you thought, if you agree or disagree. If Tom Grove is still watching, I saw your Letterboxd review, Tom, or even your rating, and that was very low. What did you hate about the film? If you want to go into more detail, that's fine. Yeah, so and Pedro Pascal, the villain you actually feel for. You know, he's a good villain. It was well written. But then again, sometimes I did feel he was kind of going a little melodramatic. But as I say in the review, I think, what was I going to mention now? The action sequences, they were well shot. I did think, especially the beginning one, the beginning action sequence of the film, I thought was pretty good. Very exciting. And it did have a kind of a point and a place for how Wonder Woman kind of reacts and her motives and kind of just why she doesn't like what's happening within this. And it's not clear. It's not like they kind of blatantly look in the camera and say, listen, this is what it is. You kind of got to connect the dots a bit. Anyway, what else was I going to say? I wrote a few things down as well. What did I put? I've got my notes here. Oh, that's pretty much all I put. Yeah, Kristen Wiig was a little annoying in the film. I think that's all I had to say. But please, I want to get a conversation going here. Anyone else? If people are still watching, Tom or Alex or anyone at all, if you're not commenting, if you've seen the film, if you're excited, if you want to know anything, of course, spoiler free. Please do say. We've got Joshua Payne here, says, when's the next Blu-ray hunt? When's the next Blu-ray hunt? I've got no idea. I don't know the next time I'm going to be going into HMV because I can't just waltz into HMV whenever I please. My mum has got to drive me there because I live about 40 minutes away-ish. Then I've got to do a park and ride thing all the way into where my local HMV is. So it is, it's quite hard to get there. So yeah, but whenever I get the chance, Joshua, I will take it. Trust me. It says great YouTube. Oh, thank you. And Movie Dude's here. How are you, Movie Dude? And Tom says, Cheetah gave me flashbacks of cats. Yeah, I can see why. I can definitely see why. I'm actually interested in watching Cats. Just because it looks so it looks a little painful, but it looks like something you just need to watch, even though it looks awful. But yeah, I think it's going on to go on Now TV, so I'm not gonna, no way am I actually gonna pay extra money to watch that. No way. Walter just put, please don't watch Cats. He's discouraging me from watching it. Am I walking a very dangerous path here? Hopefully, actually, I probably am. Everyone hates it. People are they're discouraging me. Don't watch Cats. Hector says, I recently got a Wonder Woman magazine. Which magazine was that from? Which magazine was that from, Hector? Sorry, something came up on my phone. I shouldn't do that. Put it to the side. Yeah. Which was that? Was it like Empire or whatever? Where are we? Joshua. What are your opinions on Man from U.N.C.L.E.? Recently watched it. Thought the script was great and the acting was superb. It's been a while since I've seen that. I watched it once because I saw the trailer when I was younger and I thought, that looks great. Watched it and I think I was a little underwhelmed. But I need to watch that. What are you drinking? I'm just drinking water. Just water. Actually, just water. Tom says, I love how they made the cheetah fight scene so dark you can barely see the CGI. Yeah, I'm sure, yeah. We've got Alex who says, I can't lie, I thought Wonder Woman was incredible. Without spoilers, the final Steve Trevor scene broke me. It's my favorite DCU film now. Yeah, I need to probably revisit the DCEU because I've got a very interesting relationship with Batman v Superman. Like, I remember liking it, but I need to rewatch it to kind of actually voice a proper opinion on the film. Because I don't want to say that I like it and then I'll rewatch it tomorrow and I hate it. And I'm not rewatching it tomorrow, by the way. But you get what I mean. And stuff like Aquaman, I've got that on Blu-ray. I don't know why, actually. I watched it in the cinema. I think I was too kind to that film. Because I remember when it first came out and people were really like saying this film was really, really good. And I fell for the trap. I watched it. And it's got a few fun moments in, but yeah. I'm sure if I watch it again, which I probably will, I will think it's really quite bad. Shane Harrison says, oh dear, you closed the bottle fully. Let's hope you can open it again when you... Oh, did I? Oh, no. God, that was hilarious, wasn't it? Gosh. I don't understand what's with this bottle. It just takes me... Oh, no, it's open now. And I didn't tighten it that much. And I was just, trying to unscrew it for ages. It was like a comedy film. Oh. Hector says, oh, it's about the history of Wonder Woman. And it's from the Hollywood Spotlight. I'm sure that'll be interesting for you, Hector. I probably should take away this image of Wonder Woman now. We've very briefly spoken about it. I just thought I'd put that in there to make it relevant. We'll stop. Full screen. We've got Andres Hilbrandt. Is that how you say your name? Andres says, were the furry effects better than the ones in Cats? Well, Andres, I haven't seen Cats, and many people have just been discouraging me from watching Cats. And I know fully well that if I ever do watch Cats, I'm going in knowing that this will be maybe one of the worst films I'll ever watch. But I do think it will be quite the experience. And plus, sometimes it's good to watch bad films so you know not what to do. But I don't know what Cats will teach me that I don't already know. Winslow's here. Winslow, how are you? Johnny Sins. I have a pretty good idea who Johnny Sins is, actually. Did I have a nice day yesterday? Yes, it was quite nice, thank you. Chin says, I think Birds of Prey is the best DCU film. That's interesting because DCU is very diversive in opinions because I think it's one of the worst. I really didn't like Birds of Prey when I watched it. It's really it's hard to find a good one, really. Well, Wonder Woman 94, that's pretty good. And what was the other? Man, I don't know. Again, I've got to rewatch them, but I'm going to put my time towards not watching those films yet. Not that I'm avoiding them. It's just that I've got a long list of films to watch, and at the moment, I'm not going to include rewatching the whole DCEU. But it will happen. It will happen. Filmmaker 13 says, have you ever listened to the Sarduncan podcast? It's quite good listen. It's Hey, I Hate Everything, Ralph the Movie Maker, and Young Movies Suck. Something like, okay, that's interesting. No, I haven't heard of that, actually. No. Yeah. Oh, and I've just noticed Alex pitched Shazam is really good. Yeah, I enjoy Shazam as well. That's actually one that's quite underrated. Yeah. It no one really talks about that. Shazam's good. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, no, I haven't listened to that film, but it sounds interesting. Got a very interesting group of YouTubers in there as well. And Joshua Payne says, nice Godzilla canvas, thank you. It is, of course, the Criterion Godzilla box set, which is nice. Well, it's pretty much a book, actually. It's not a big bulky box. That's why it's on a stand as well. Hector says, I've only seen 3 DCU movies, which were the first Wonder Woman, Shazam, and Suicide Squad. Only 2 of those were good. Yeah. I thought Wonder Woman was okay. The original Wonder Woman, I rewatched that the other day in preparation if I were going to watch the new one today. And I thought it was just okay. Shazam, it's good. Suicide Squad, awful. Winslow, I'm good, mate. How are you? What are you watching tonight? I'm good, thank you, Winslow. And my choice for tonight will probably be Full Metal Jacket because I've been revisiting / watching new Kubrick films, 2 new Kubrick films, Lolita and The Killing, that I haven't surprisingly already seen. But yeah, I'll be rewatching Full Metal Jacket because I want to watch them in order, and I want to watch Eyes Wide Shut for Christmas. So that'll be the next one because I need to get that rewatched. And hopefully it will be as incredible as it usually always is. Rehan says, last night I watched Bill and Ted Face the Music, be excellent to each other, and party on dudes. Did you enjoy it, Rehan? What was the verdict? I still need to watch that, but I think it's on Now TV, so I'll watch it, definitely. It looks really fun. And he says, I love your videos. Thank you, Rehan. It's very, very kind of you. Shane says, some film recommendations, but I recently watched the film The Hunt by Thomas Vinterberg, and it was great. Would highly recommend. Yeah, I want to watch The Hunt, but I recently actually unsubscribed from the BFI player because I have a few streaming services, and that one, it was just BFI player has so many like big films that are meant to be really great, and I usually like to save those. And so some months I would actually watch nothing on the service, and it would just be £5 away. And I didn't want to be, paying £5 for maybe watching 1 or 2 films from the service a month. So yeah, but I will try and find it. I think it's actually on Amazon Prime, and I know there is an Arrow Academy Blu-ray of it. Tom Grove says, if you watch Cats, grab the Blu-ray. Tom Hooper's director. Grab the Blu-ray. If you watch Cats, grab the Blu-ray. Tom Hooper's director. I would be interested to see. Oh, director's commentary. I was just going to say. I wonder what the director's commentary would be like, and he actually does a commentary. That would be that would be interesting to see. Filmmaker 13 says, I rewatched Black Panther the other day and I hated it even more than I used to. It has some flat out bad CGI, a lot of mediocre acting, and the main character just disappears for 20 minutes of his own film. I noticed that you put that on the bottom of your MCU rank list, Film Geek 13. Thank you for elaborating. Wow, that is a really hot take. That is something I've never actually heard. Wow. I don't know what to say to that, Film Geek 13. I mean, that is your opinion. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I do remember really liking it. I like the music in it. It's a different type of MCU film. The action's good in it, but there isn't much of it. I don't know about the acting or the CGI. Maybe the CGI. CGI is always quite iffy when you've got a massive film with loads of CGI in. There's always some bits, but eventually I'll watch it again to refresh my thoughts on the film. But yeah, wow, I'm sorry to hear that, Film Geek 13. Hector says, I don't have too much interest in Birds of Prey, too much. If someone invited me to watch it with them, that'd be one thing other than me. They'd be one thing, but other than that, meh. Right. So have you seen it, Hector, or are you just kind of ticking it off the list, so to speak? And it looks like we've got a vinyl collector James here. Welcome. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you, James, as well. Oh, and it looks like Hector's just corrected that. That be one thing. Okay, right. Okay, yeah. Ryan says, you look like Sheldon from the Big Bang Theory. Oh, no one's ever actually said that. Some people went up to me once and said that act like Sheldon. And I do like Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory, and I do like that show. But I haven't seen it in a long time, and I haven't seen the final 2 seasons of it. But no one's ever said I look like him, right? He's one of my favorite characters. So Joshua Payne says, "What's a good movie from Netflix?" If you're talking about a good Netflix original film, The Irishman is their best original film, obviously. But if you don't have 3.5 hours to spare, let's have a look, because there's that is the best, but it is 3.5 hours, and some people that's quite a big thing for them. Marriage Story, Roma, The Other Side of the Wind, that's really great. I'm thinking of Ending Things. If you're wanting something, The King, I like The King a lot. Outlaw King as well, that was pretty good. Yeah, I'm just looking at my list here. I've ranked every Netflix original film I've seen, and I've seen 97. I've seen 97 Netflix original films, and I would say about I go about 27 of them I would put in a good category. So 27 of them are good, and then I would say great Netflix original films would be seven. So you've got 20 good films in there that I've seen, and 7 great ones. So they don't have a perfect track record, I can tell you that. That's why you're probably asking, is there any good ones? And but they've got The Irishman in there. It was really great of them to finance that for Scorsese. That's really great. Alex Pitt says, are you doing any end of year videos? Best film of the year, worst film of the year, etc.? Great question, Alex. Thank you. I will be. Yes, I will be doing a best films of the year top 10 list and a worst film of the year top 10 list. And I usually do a end of year review type thing where I kind of sit down, answer a few questions. I don't know if I'll do that this year, but I am thinking of doing. So those 2 videos are locked. I'm definitely doing a top 10 best and top 10 worst. I'm thinking of doing a year in life in the film, like how if you're a pro or Patreon member on Letterboxd, they collect all the data from what you've watched in the year. So I might go through my what do they call it now, like a year in film type thing, go through it, yes, my 2020 in film, and go through it, look at the stats, talk about the films, look how many, the ridiculous, I'm just going to give you a glimpse here, guys. This year, I religiously log every film I watch, and this year I've actually seen 670 films. Yeah. Woo. Definitely not what I was expecting. This year if things were normal, this year would have been probably my lowest year of watching films, because I was going to do my GCSEs, so I had to revise, and then I was also going to be going on holiday for like 4 weeks. So yeah, it would have been my lowest, but now it's my highest, 670. So I think it's a cool idea. So I'll probably, have it up here, might sit on my desk, have my computer open, and we'll go through it. So that's a video in the works. And then another video that I'm going to definitely do is my journey with Criterion, where I go through every film that I have on Criterion Collection, talk about my journey with the Blu-ray label since I started collecting Criterion films this year, and talk about how I got into them, how my collection has grown, what I have in the collection, all that kind of stuff. That video I'm also very excited to do. So 3 videos definitely locked in for you, Alex, and possibly the year in review thing. And of course, early January, I'll do a what I watched in December video. So yeah, I'm definitely a planner for videos. It's happening again. It's happening again. There we go. I was getting worried there. I just feel like leaving it like this, but then again, I might knock it over and then we'd have a very different live stream. I'll probably have to turn my volume off and turn my camera off, and you have to wait 5 minutes for me to clear it up, and then everyone would have been gone. Oh dear. Rian says, I'd give Bill and Ted Face the Music 10 out of 10. I enjoyed it. Well, that's great. Wow, we've actually got loads of comments here. Thank you, everyone. Joshua Payne says, "What are your opinions on Henry Cavill, the actor? He's a good actor. Yeah, I like him. Yeah, he's good. That's all I really have to say about him. He's not a favorite. He's not bad, but he's pretty good. He's a good Superman." Shane says, "If Criterion decided they were going to start releasing 4K titles, what would you want the first title to be?" Well, I actually thought that when they announced that they were doing the One Car Wide box set, I thought when they said the 4K restorations, I thought they were saying that it was going to be on a 4K disc. I was wrong. I don't know why Criterion have not upgraded to 4K yet. It's kind of odd. So hopefully they do it in 2021. I don't know why they won't. Well, there's probably a reason, won't there? Because Arrow has recently done, they've got 4K titles in the works now, which is great. They did Tremors, which just came out, and Crash. And Criterion are putting out Crash as well. And if it's going to be like someone who loves, the quality of films, of course they're going to pick the Arrow one because that's in 4K. And I really don't know. I think they really should, for their first 4K title, release a new title into the collection. That would be pretty cool. Or get a 4K disc for a title that is still DVD, not even Blu-ray, still DVD, and it goes from DVD to 4K, and like a really great film that still needs maybe even their first spy number. I think it's, what is it, Grand Illusions or something, yeah. But I don't even know if there's been a 4K restoration of that yet. That would be, everyone would go nuts over that if they decided to bring out their first ever spy number and have it be their first ever 4K title. I think that'd be pretty good. So I'll go with that one. Fistful Reviews. Hi, how are you doing? He says, "Do you have an all-time favorite Christmas film? Also, do you consider Die Hard a Christmas film?" I do consider Die Hard a Christmas film because I would never watch Die Hard in the middle of summer. Who does that? Do I have an all-time favorite one? Probably joint with Home Alone and Elf. They're great. Winslow says, "Watched Almost Famous last night. Reminded me of Dazed and Confused." I like that one. It's probably kind of like a hangout movie, I'm guessing. Classic 70s rock soundtrack hangout film. Yes, great. And we recommend, directed by Cameron Crowe. Well, I'll add it to the watch list, Winslow. Thank you for the recommendation. Hector says, "Maybe if it's on streaming service, since I wouldn't have to pay for it." Is that something I said or something you said, Hector? Oh, Birds of Prey, maybe? Filmmaker 13 says, "The thing is about Black Panther, people hyped it up, said it was amazing before it even came out. So a lot of people, when it came out, saw it with rose-tinted glasses." I see what you mean. Yeah, I think that's the case for most Marvel fans. Most Marvel fans just see the trailer for a new Marvel film and go, "It's great." They go into it, and they come out loving it, and might not be entirely true, So most Marvel films, I get the sense of that. Do you have a favorite film of all time? I don't have, I can't just choose one. It's an impossible task. It just really is. It's impossible. But I do have a list of films that I would consider favorite. You've got 8.5, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Goodfellas, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. What's the other ones? And they're very select, actually. Godfather Part 2, Dark Knight, Empire Strikes Back, Apocalypse Now. I'm actually looking through Midsummer, Taxi Driver, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Incredibles. Yeah. And I want to say Back to the Future, but the other day I actually forgot it was one of my favorite films of all time. So I'm going to have to watch that film again because I love it. Don't get me wrong. Back to the Future, I love. But I can't believe I forgot it was one of my favorites. I thought, is it really? What? What's going on? So yeah, yeah. But again, even if it falls out the list, doesn't mean I don't like the film. No way. I love it. I can't wait to get the 4K restoration of it. Can't wait. It is, yeah, it's a classic. Alex Pitt says, "Thoughts on The Mandalorian Season 2. Okay. Thoughts on Mandalorian season 2? I overall really enjoyed this season. I thought we got some really great episodes, some really great moments. I thought the Ahsoka episode, when I first watched it, I thought it was really good, but now I appreciate it more, and now I think it might be my favorite episode. I love the first episode of the show, of the season, maybe. Yeah, I love the first episode of the season. Directed by Jon Favreau. That's maybe one of my favorites as well. Pretty much all the episodes were very solid. None of them were bad. None of them were bad. They were all very consistent. And so I enjoyed it for that reason as well. And we got the great Boba Fett. I'm sorry, I will be talking kind of spoilery here, but come on. If you haven't, I don't understand how you're on the internet and you haven't even heard or seen any Mandalorian spoilers if you haven't already seen the show. So if anyone is like not seen the show, then please speak up now. But I've just seen Film Week 13's got to run. See you next stream. Thank you so much for joining Film Week 13. Really, really appreciate it. Have a lovely Christmas. Thank you for joining. I'll just get back to that. Thoughts on Mandalorian season 2. As I was saying, it is a good show. It had great moments, and like I said, if anyone's not seen it, I will be talking kind of spoilery. But overall, I really liked it. I just think it needed. I'd like more story in it, but I get what Favreau and Filoni want to do. Is kind of like the Saturday morning cartoon type thing, Saturday morning standalone adventure. I love the Western feel to it again. I like the main goal is get Grogu to find a Jedi. Final episode, which people have been going nuts over, I thought was good, really good, awesome in fact, but here it comes, the Peyton Reed rant. If any of you don't follow me on Twitter, then I'm just going to say it now. I think Peyton Reed is a incredibly mediocre, borderline awful director. I don't understand how he's got a career. He literally has no artistic flourishes whatsoever. He's a guy by the books. It makes me so annoyed that he gets to have a very successful career as a filmmaker, as a film director, and there are people out there with artistic voices that can't get through, but he's getting to he's getting to be in Star Wars, direct Star Wars, do Marvel. I don't get this guy, okay? I don't get him. He is like the blandest director ever, and they chose him to direct the final episode of The Mandalorian, the finale. Like, the events that occur in the finale are great, but he doesn't elevate them at all. Everyone's going, Peyton Reed, the best thing you've ever made. Listen, it's the writing. Why didn't you get Jon Favreau to direct it? Because he wrote it. He did the first episode. He's, probably the most experienced director out of everyone. He runs the show. Get him to direct it, not Peyton Reed, who directed probably the worst episode of the show, except for the finale. The second one wasn't a bad episode, but I don't hear anyone raving about that episode, do you? Sorry. Unexpected Peyton Reed rant. But yeah, like there was some great bits, but Filoni's direction, Filoni in the Ahsoka episode was so much better. The visuals in that episode, the fight between Ahsoka and what was her name now? I forgot her name. The commander woman with the Beskar spear, that was shot really well. But then again, you've got the Beskar spear fight between Moff Gideon and Din Djarin. That could have been so much better if it had a great director behind the camera. Right, we can calm down. That was my opinion. But overall, I really liked it, and I'm looking forward to the spin-offs from that show and where it takes us, because I really few questions. I'm like, where are we going to go next season? Ooh. Anyway, Film Week 13 says Chadwick Boseman is the only redeeming factor in my opinion. Yeah, he's really good in the show. Not the show, the film. I'm still hung up over the Mandalorian. Anyway, Erin is here. Welcome, Erin. Rehan says, I'm uploading a double unboxing video. The reason I didn't upload because I was playing WWE Battleground, 2K Battlegrounds. Okay. Hopefully you're enjoying that game, Rehan. Shane Harrison says, I'm giving you £50 right now to buy any Blu-ray you want. What do you choose? Okay. Shane, I want you to message me. I'm joking. Yeah, I actually have a Twitter notification. No, that's not you. I'm joking. You wouldn't do that, but it's a great question. What would I choose? Any Blu-ray up to £50. What would I get? Probably. I know what I'm going to get. I would go and just buy as many premium HMV premium Blu-rays as I could within there too, for buy one get one free deal. And Aaron says, "Will my £50 be in the post, Shane?" Shane, you're owing a lot of people a lot of money now. Everyone watching is expecting £50 in the post. Rehan says, "This year I watched." Okay, right. Great, good for you, Rehan. You watched like 9 million films, whatever the number was. I believe you. Winslow says, "Have you thought about doing a video essay? Some good YouTubers are Karsten Ruckquist. Yeah, I like Karsten. He's a good YouTuber. Every Frame a Painting. Yeah, I actually probably seen video essays from all these guys. I really enjoy watching video essays. It's interesting you mentioned that, Winslow, because as we speak, well, not as we speak, but I am actually developing a video essay, my first ever one. So, wow, you can tell the future, can't you, Winslow? But yeah, I am developing a video essay on none other than Stanley Kubrick. Of course, it's going to be Kubrick, because everyone kind of knows who follows me on YouTube knows that I love Kubrick so much. He's my favorite director of all time, but I've never made a standalone video on him. And so I just decided, you know what, I'm going to make one. So it's going to be a ranked video list. It's going to be me ranking every film that he's made from worst to best, every feature film. But it's going to be a little more than that as well. It's going to be me kind of talking individually about each film, the history, the context within each film. I'm going to do it. In fact, I'm in the middle of writing. I'm writing the script for it now, and I'm in the middle of I've got this book here with me. It's called. I bought this at the Stanley Kubrick exhibition. It's called Stanley Kubrick at the Archives. It's a really great book, and it talks about every film he made, including his shorts, in great detail. I'm reading the one on Fear and Desire, his first feature film. And I'm, going to be reading up on all that. So that's really exciting. I'm really excited for that. Yeah, really excited. And yeah, and I don't know if I will have time, because I don't want this video essay to take ages, and I want to get it out to you. And I've just told everyone who's watching the stream that I'm going to do it. But also this other book up here, which is 2001, The Making of a Masterpiece, which I started but haven't finished yet, and it's really long. So, and I'm not a fast reader, and I don't have a lot of time to read. So yeah, I might read bits of it, so I can talk about 2001. So it'll probably be a long video, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Be my first video essay, and that will be out next year. It will definitely come, because I need to talk about Kubrick in a video. Express my love for the man. Or maybe not for him, for his style. Joshua Payne says, "Nice jumper." Thank you, Joshua. Aaron says, "Can you explain the spider metaphor in Hyde?" I can, yes. So, well, actually, probably in Deadly Obsession, actually. I don't know if any spiders show up in Hyde, but the first shot of Deadly Obsession is a spider in a bathtub. And the reason why I decided to focus on spiders and things is because it is the perfect kind of metaphor and thing, and visual metaphor of the relationship of Hyde and John, because the spider is both Hyde and John, because in the beginning the spider is trapped in the bathtub. It's helpless. It can't get out. It is, it's literally trapped. That is John. John is trapped by Hyde, and spiders represent being very manipulative and, sinister and scary. That is Hyde. So they both very much play within that. That's the metaphor. Yeah. Tom Grove says, "My top actor for my Letterboxd year in review will most definitely be Nicolas Cage." That's a good one. Ignore Eat. I did, Tom. Joshua Payne says, what is Criterion? I've never seen them or bought one. I really want to get into them, but don't know what they are. What? Joshua, What? Well, there's a first time for everything. I don't want to take up too long because this would be a long answer, but I don't know if you were here when I spoke of my plans for the videos coming at the end of the year, but I'm doing my journey with Criterion video, and in that video I will talk about how to get into Criterion like I did. Pretty much just what I always say to everyone who's trying to start off with Criterion. By the way, Criterion is a separate Blu-ray label. Basically, you can have the standard Blu-ray or DVD of a film, and then Criterion can put it out. And usually Criterion has better restoration. They've got many supplements. You always get a actual essay in there, but you'll probably get video essays on the supplements. They basically just give the best presentation and the best treatment to some of the best films, all over the world, because they've got so many films in the collection. They're spy numbered as well. They're in the thousands now. They're very big, they're very famous, and yeah, they're kind of classed as a boutique Blu-ray label. That's the short answer I can give you there, Joshua. Alex Pitt says, Movie Bugs live streams tomorrow night, so at least you're not doing it on the same night again. I saw that as well. When it popped up, I thought, this better not be on the same night. That would be actually a little funny as well, just how we always plan our live streams on the same evening. But yeah, I'm sure, hopefully you all enjoy that. Maybe I'll tune in. In fact, wait, when is it? Oh yeah, I might be able to tune in because on Wednesday night, I'm actually working. That's another reason why I'm doing the Christmas special this evening, because I'm actually working. So I probably will tune in for that as well. So yeah, we planned that well, I think, in our minds. We didn't actually communicate with each other. Joshua Payne says the movie community is so great. It really is, especially, the wider, greater movie community is awesome. But even the more condensed UK Blu-ray community is also really nice to be a part of, especially when I'm thought of in that as well. When people talk about their favorites within that community and I'm brought up, it's an honor really for people to kind of bring me up in that conversation. It's so good how I've kind of risen to that level during the first lockdown when I really begun. Because I had a channel before. I was on 3 years on YouTube, but I really started to upload properly. So it is really lovely. Erin says, would you consider yourself a Blu-ray YouTuber or a film YouTuber? I go a bit of both. I used to be kind of just a film YouTuber. I just used to review films, and I did buy Blu-rays, obviously, but I've become more of a Blu-ray guy now. I do lots of Blu-ray hauls because I buy more. And my collection has vastly expanded. And I also do other types of videos as well, but mainly Blu-ray. Occasionally do a film review and stuff like that. So it's kind of a bit in between. Of course, I post my short films on here as well. I do live streams. Yeah. Alex says, I rewatched Love Actually last night and it's overtaken Home Alone as my favorite Christmas film. I love it so much. I haven't seen Love Actually. Don't kill me. Yeah, I haven't seen Love Actually. I probably should watch it this year. There's a few kind of Christmas classics that I haven't seen yet. I should probably watch it. Alex Pitt says, are you looking forward to WandaVision? I wouldn't say looking forward to. I will watch it. I'll definitely watch it. Probably watch it every Friday like I would do Mandalorian. But it isn't something I'm very counting down the days to. If it was Loki, that would be one that I'm very excited for because the trailer for that looked really good. Right. Another drink. Erin says, would you prefer 2001 or 8.5? That might be an impossible question, Erin. 2001 or 8.5? Both of them are complete masterpieces. I really can't. Both of them are so different as well. Both of them are so different, and both of them mean different things. Both of them, funnily enough, I had such an interesting experience with. like I want to kind of say my comments for 2001 on my Kubrick essay, because I have a lot to say about it and a lot to kind of just, I just have a lot to say about it. But I don't want to take too long, but it's just so hard because I love both films so much. I really can't. It's just, I can't choose one over the other. I really can't. I'm sorry, Erin, but I can't. I'm sure you've got kind of the same thing for two other films as well. Rihan says, my YouTube movie is coming out tomorrow at 2:00 UK time. Well, Rihan, congratulations on the film. I will probably watch it when it comes out. So I'll watch it for you. Yeah, good luck. Well done for making a film. Says, my girlfriend just had her son delivered today. Her son? Does that make you a father? How old are you, Rihan? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Is that good? Like, your girlfriend had her son delivered today. How old is your girlfriend as well? I don't get too personal, but that's kind of a personal comment you've just posted on the stream. I don't really know what to make of that. Fistful Review says, I don't know how they'll continue Mandalorian without Grogu. There'll be tons of backlash from the internet if they don't include Grogu. That is true. He has kind of made the show. Like, I don't know if it was a plan to really make just 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, of him and Grogu. That's his mission. Season 3, he's doing something completely different. Or what? I don't know. But it's kind of an iconic duo now, Din Djarin and Grogu. It's kind of, you don't really want to see them apart, It wouldn't feel right. It wouldn't feel right. Alex Truman says, I like the finale of Mando, but I hated Luke CGI because it looked like Luke from Battlefront 2. I didn't notice it too much. Hopefully people have seen that. But I didn't really notice it too much. But yeah. And also because, like, I was just thinking about where the next direction that the show could go in, and it's like, how would they continue with Grogu? We need to know what's going on with him. Like, and some people have even said that he's probably dead when Kylo Ren attacks the Luke's Jedi Temple. Wouldn't Grogu be in there? And if Grogu wasn't, if he somehow survived another Jedi massacre, how come he wasn't mentioned in any of the other sequels? So yeah, bit of a weird situation going on there. But Alex James says, what's the biggest film that got spoiled for you? Good question. Biggest film that got spoiled for me. This will contain spoilers, by the way, people. Probably for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and The Last Jedi. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, someone told me that, what was he, Yondu. He died. I was very mad at that. I like Yondu. But the biggest one was probably The Last Jedi, because what happened was, got a bit of a confession to make here. This was like 3 years ago now. I think I was 13 or 14 years old. And I couldn't get to see The Last Jedi opening day, which was a shame. And so I stupidly told people that I'd seen it at school that day, because it came out actually on that Thursday in the UK. And so I had to go to school on the Friday. I was like, yeah, I've seen The Last Jedi. I hadn't. And someone at school had. And they said, Luke Skywalker dies in it, doesn't he? So it basically got ruined for me. But I don't know what I did, but I kind of brushed that comment off, because then when I watched it on the Saturday, his death, even though I wasn't like, when Solo died, I wasn't, going, no, because it was a lovely kind of calm death. It kind of just fades away, which was really nice. So yeah, but that was a pretty big spoiler, and I ignored it, even though it was probably true. So I tried not to think about it. Erin says, make sure to cite the sources in the video essay just in case. That's a good one as well, Erin. I'll probably have to make a bibliography for that. Would I just make that in the video at the end, just like as credits, or put that in the description? This is definitely a big source. Work my way through this, because it's a great, because it's like an editorial thing, because it's got different kind of writings from loads of people, so you can go from film to film, and when it transitions to films, you've got loads of stills. It's a really great book, really great. And I was at the exhibition, like one of the final days they were doing it, and they had stacks and stacks of these books. Don't know what they're going to do with them, but yeah, loads of them. And Alex Pitts says the Kubrick video essay sounds amazing. I can't wait to watch. Thank you, Alex. Thank you very much. And I really liked your little editorial about why films matter. That was really nice. Really great one. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. And hopefully you enjoy it. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm going to try and make it good. I totally agree. He looked as bad as Henry Cavill in Justice League. I think this is actually when Alex Truman says that I was giving my paint and read rant. That was... I'm glad I could get that off my chest. Winslow says, looking forward to the video essay. I went to buy the Kubrick Archives on Amazon the other day and it's sold out. Oh, is it the same book as this then? It is it's the Kubrick Archives. Oh, hopefully it comes back into stock. Hopefully, Winslow. And Aaron says, oh, my apologies. I realised it was Deadly Obsession. Says, oh, it's fine, Aaron. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Both films kind of go hand in hand as well. So thanks for explaining. No problem, everyone. What tier are you in? I'm in tier 2. Yeah, that's how I got to watch Wonder Woman. I'm being very, it's all kind of, I don't want to get too angry, but man, oh man, when they kind of announced tier 4 and things, and sorry to hear that you're in tier 4, Winslow, but when I saw the video of people fleeing London, I just thought, you selfish, horrible people. You've just spread the entire virus across the country. Apparently there's a new variant of the virus now. That's just brilliant. Happened to happen in this country, didn't it? And you have all just gone, I know, I want to have a good Christmas. Well, guess what? You're going to have a terrible new year because you're going to bring the lovely new virus back. Your parents are going to get it. Your parents could potentially die from it if they're vulnerable. People just don't think, do they? They don't realize that we're in a pandemic. Anyway, another little rant. We're getting a bit ranty today. It's meant to be a Christmas special. Gosh, I need to lighten up, don't I? Fistful of Review says, if we're talking Christmas classic, I checked Letterboxd and you still haven't seen It's a Wonderful Life. You've got to see it, man. That's another one, Fistful Reviews. That's another one. That's another one I'm going to watch. Definitely going to watch this year. Oh, Rihan says he's 21. I thought you were younger, Rihan. Huh? And she's 20. Okay. So are you a father now, Rihan? Is that? Yeah, you are, aren't you? Congratulations. Alex Pitt says, have you seen Sons of Anarchy? Such a great show. I haven't actually, Alex, no. Oh, I've caught up with the comments. Fantastic. Aaron says, the death in The Force Awakens was spoiled to me on a video game. Oh, that was just terrible. That's rubbish because I remember when I watched Force Awakens, I distinctly remember it. It was my friend. I was in year 7, little year 7 kid. I was like, I think I was 12 years old or 11. I think I was actually 11. And we went, because we had a half day at school. So my friend, we went back to his house. It was just the 3 of us, I think it was. We went back to his house and we were just so excited because his parents obviously had to take us to the cinema because we were younger. And we had a meal beforehand as well. And then we were lightsaber dueling. I think I actually posted this on my YouTube channel. It's not, the video is gone now, or on his, because when you're year 7, you have these silly YouTube channels and things. And we did that and we were really excited for it. And then we watched it. And I still to this day, I remember where I sat. And I remember my dad as well. My dad and my brother, they were in the same screening as us because I didn't want to watch it with my dad and my brother, but they were in the same screening as us as well, which was nice because they were there because my dad wanted to watch it as well because he loves Star Wars. So yeah, distinctly remember where I was, and I was just, I remember when that happened. First time I've ever had a big emotional reaction to something happening on screen. And everyone says, yes, the credits is the best. We're talking about, oh yeah, the credits for on the video. Yeah, for the bibliography. I'm saying this is if I've written a video essay. Okay. Right, and Alex Trimmer says, I watched The Pianist earlier. So glad Adrian Brody won the Oscar. He absolutely deserved it. I didn't actually know that, Alex, but that's great. I'm glad he did, because I've seen that film and Adrian Brody is phenomenal in that film. I really like Adrian Brody as well. He's a really good actor. I'll caught up with the comments. Rehan just put that he's never had a film spoiled for him. Oh, now that I think of it as well, I've had like films spoiled for me that I didn't watch in the cinema, like classics, like Fight Club was ruined. What was another film? Don't know if there's actually a film that's been ruined for me that I haven't seen yet. I think Basic Instinct was ruined for me. I haven't seen that one. Any others that I don't think so. It's hard to, yeah. And Tom Grove says, will the original Star Wars holiday be special be watched this Christmas? Of course, Tom. I watch it every Christmas Eve every year. Actually, I don't do that. I don't think I've actually seen it. It's probably on YouTube. I don't know if I want to do that to myself. Rehan just put, my name is Rehan. If I'm pronouncing your name wrong, you might want to break it up for me, because you literally just wrote what your name says. That doesn't help me whatsoever. Like, I don't want to pronounce it wrong, but if you want me to break it up, I'm pronouncing it Rehan. Is it Rayhan? I don't know. Erin says, when will you end up watching Lahain? Good question. I would like to know that as well. I've just got so many films to watch, rewatch. Probably, I watched 12 Angry Men. I want to watch that again. I watch Revenant. I want to watch that again as well. I've got to get the 4K of that. I know it's got script problems, but the cinematography was just breathtaking. I loved the landscape of the whole film. Yeah. Alex Strimmer says, Adrian Brody's the youngest actor to win Best Leading Role. Is he? I didn't know that. Fistful Review says, I got the Mando season. Oh, did you? People put the spoiler in their video thumbnails, but I didn't get the chance to watch it until yesterday. That is just rubbish. I saw that on Twitter. Oh, those people just... I'm not going to start ranting, because I've ranted twice this live stream. I'm not going to start ranting again. But, yeah. That's just rubbish. I'm sorry to hear that. Aaron says, I watch the Christmas special regardless of it being December. Watch it every day. I'm sure you do, Aaron. It's just it's a daily thing for you. It helps you wake up in the morning. Van James says, my name is James. What's this? I'm going to watch Awe. I'm going to watch Awe. Right. Erin, Rantmas. This is actually one of the first live streams I've actually ranted in as well. And it's the Christmas special. It's 25th live stream we've done. I like that. It's impressive. I like that. These live streams are great. Erin, it's like coffee in the morning for me. You just need a shot of Star Wars Christmas special, and you're ready to go. It's just like Cats. You watch Cats in the morning, and you're raring to go for the day. Wakes you up. Oh, and we've got Fistful Reviews. Realizing that Van James is on Letterboxd. Yes, both of you guys like my reviews. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So we're doing good for time. We can go longer. I don't mind. I started 20 minutes early, didn't I, as well? So, but again, when the views go down, or when the engagement goes down, then geez, I had some YouTube comments. But yeah, when they go down, I'll probably end it there. But I did say, actually, people, are we what are people hoping for Christmas? What's on their wish list? Any Blu-rays or anything, like anything at all. I'm curious. So I'm just looking. Oh, I've had some replies. It's hard because I use YouTube Studio to reply to comments and things, but the replies, if someone replies to a comment, I've replied to them. It's hard to find them. Aaron, he watches it before exams. Actually, says, I watched the holiday special on YouTube and it was the most painful experience I've ever watched as a Star Wars fan. I was embarrassed on how bad it was. Ouch. I don't know what went through the minds of whoever made that or whoever's idea it was to do that. And I've seen bits of it. I remember watching bits of it, but I haven't seen the whole thing. Aaron says, I always read your reviews, but forget that you can like reviews. Oh, well, that's fine, Aaron. I always usually do that as well. So whenever a review doesn't get that many likes, and it's not even a big thing, like it doesn't matter if you like the review or not, but it's like, I understand that people, I do that. I read reviews and I think, oh, I forgot you can like them as well. Unless the review is like funny or something like that, or like really well written, and I go, oh, that was a great review. Liked it. Ryan says, I'm going to watch All Elite Wrestling Dynamite. Oh, is that what you were? Oh, I don't watch wrestling, Rehan, so I wouldn't know that. Aaron says, a raise ahead on Criterion would be nice, but I'm not expecting it. Well, hopefully you'll be pleasantly surprised, Aaron. Hopefully Santa knows that you've been very good this year, and he expects to be putting a Razorhead down there. I asked for obviously the Fellini set, but I also asked for some little other things like Irishman, Criterion. I mean, it was usually just a suggestion. Like last year, I put down loads of films, and they were just suggestions. And turns out I got all of them, which was nice. I was like, yeah, I got all of them. That was really nice of yeah. Cinematic Art, hello. I'm glad you could make it. I'm going a little longer tonight, so I'm glad you could make it. Personally, for me, I'm hoping for Tenant First Edition from HMV for Christmas. Hopefully you get it. Glad that it didn't, run out of stock like crazy, because I do believe it's limited. So, yeah, hopefully you do get that. And Alex Truman wants to get 4K for Interstellar. I do have that, but I haven't seen it on 4K yet. Can't wait to watch it on 4K, though. And Ryan says he loves my rant video of Batman and Robin. That was one of my very early reviews. Very early. And the B-movie rant review was one of my biggest successes as a YouTube person. No longer is, though. My videos have got higher views now, which is really good. Tom says, I'm proud to say I've purchased a pirated Blu-ray of the holiday special. I'm sure that's pride of place in your collection, Tom. Aaron says, oh yes, Santa told me that actually. Oh, did he? Ryan says, I love your videos. I am going to film my video today. Great, Rehan. That's good luck with that. Final Effect James says, have you seen the original despecialized original 3 Star Wars films? I haven't at all, no, because I was lucky enough to be I watched Star Wars as a very young kid. My dad, I actually remember, it's crazy how I remember it, but I remember where I was in the kitchen in the first house we had, and he got the DVD box set of both obviously the original and prequel trilogy, which were out, and I used to watch them so much. I was in year 2 when I watched them, and I think I watched the sequels more. I remember being very scared of Revenge of the Sith. That was one, especially the Mustafar, is it? That scene, I had to walk out of the room because it was so scary for me as a kid. And I used to reenact the Star Wars films when I was in year 2, just on my own. I don't know why I was playing on my own, but I was just on my own reenacting the Star Wars films, which was really fun. Yeah. Good times. Ryan says, I just got a signed copy of Mission Impossible 2 on DVD. Wow. That's great, Ryan. Lucky you. And Cinematic Art says, yeah, very glad I made this stream for once tonight, even if it's just the end. Well, Cinematic Art, like I said, we can go a little longer tonight. I usually end it around about now, but I can go for maybe I don't know, a few, like 10, 20 minutes longer. Alex Trimmer said, I picked up the 4K Steelbook for Tenant, and it's stunning in 4K. Sorry, my throat is just getting really. I need to get another drink. Anyway, yeah, I agree though, Alex. The 4K did look really good. Tom Grove says the despecialization editions are excellent, as close as you can get to theatrical releases. I would be very interested to watch those though. Yeah. And Erin's also put the first two despecialized editions are perfect, but beyond that, I rather controversial opinion of the Star Wars franchise. And I watched them all in VHS, I believe. Yeah, I do actually have the VHS. I don't know what edition it is though. I think I don't know if it's the specialized edition, but it was my dad's. I've got it in the collection down there, just as kind of a so my DVDs and Blu-rays don't fall down, mainly Blu-rays. But yeah, anyway, Winslow says, when are you going to watch the Before trilogy? You won't regret it. I know everyone's saying to me, watch the Before trilogy, watch the Before trilogy. I buy it, everyone's like, yay, but then I'm actually watched them. I should probably watch them at some point soon. Yeah. I don't know why I just don't take that long. It takes me ages to just get around to watching these great films. Tom Grove says, I do love the addition of Hayden. Is that how you say his name? In Return of the Jedi. Yeah, I think that's good. Do you see my Smallville video? I didn't, Rehan, no. Personally, for me, I can't watch Han Solo's death scene from The Force Awakens. Has haunted me since seeing it in the cinema 5 years ago. Yeah, it's sad. I mean, so the Before films are pretty short as well. They are, yeah, they're only like 90 minutes. Just like 12 Angry Men. Gotta watch that again. I'm glad I watched 12 Angry Men because, like I put in my Instagram post, it's been sat on the shelf ever since May, just gathering dust. I thought, I got it for my birthday actually, and I just watched it. And I was not disappointed. I was really kind of just hooked from start to finish with that film. I just couldn't take my eyes off the screen. So good. Any more comments, people? But thank you all for joining with me tonight for the Christmas special. I don't know if I will be uploading any more videos like this week because we've got Christmas and things. So yeah, probably. Obviously, I'll do a Christmas haul. Yeah, that's really exciting. So that's another video coming. But yeah, after Christmas, maybe after Boxing Day. And I've got to catch up. I've got to watch some more 2020 releases that look quite good. I also want to watch The Prom just because it's got Nicole Kidman in, and I really like Nicole Kidman. She's probably one of my favorite. Well, she is one of my favorite actresses, even though it looks pretty. I don't know. People like it. Some people don't. I hate James Corden. He's in it. So, but then Meryl Streep looks like she's having fun. But then it's done by what's his name, Ryan Murphy. I don't really like him. So. Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes, but it's not something I'm going to rush to see. It's not. I don't see it being in my top 10. Or might be in my top 10 worst, but yeah, I really want to watch Sound of Metal, but I don't know if I want to venture out and get my, whatever you do, I don't know what you call it, pirate it, turret, whatever. Like get like an app which has got every film on it. I feel a little bad doing it, but I feel like it might be in my top 10, and I hate it when it's like every year I make my top 10 lists on YouTube, and I always say, here are the films that I haven't seen, and I put them up on the screen like I did last year. And the list always changes. You've always got to check my letterbox, especially for like the years ranked. They always change. So it's hard when you're kind of placing number one, because then people watch that video and they go, okay, that's what he thought was the best film of that year. And am I not be? like Nomadland. I'm not going to be able to watch that in preparation for that. And so yeah, it's always a difficult situation. But again, my Letterboxd is always there for you to check if you actually care about my ranking list. Anyway, we've got a few more comments, which is nice. What Fellini film will you first watch when you get the box set? 8.5, 8.5, 8.5. Definitely 8.5, or the Dolce Vita. But I feel like I just really want to watch 8.5 on Christmas Day. But then La Dolce Vita is quite, it's big, it's partying, and there's lots of both of them are really good. One or the other, but maybe 8.5, because I've begun, and I will talk about this in my video on Criterion, but I did begin the year in January. I can't believe I did this. I just casually put on 8.5. Just put it on, and actually I watched it on Amazon Prime, but the subtitles were out of sync with the actual what do you call it? I forget the word, but they were out of sync with what was going on in the film. And I watched about an hour in. I can't believe I got an hour in, and then I decided, okay, I can't go on watching it like this. So then I went and actually rented it on the Curzon Home Cinema website, finished it, and it very much however you say it, perplexed me. Yeah, it was just like, what? I didn't know really what to think about it. And so the next month in February, I watched it again and loved it. I saw it for the masterpiece that it is. Then I watched it again in March, and I watched it again in April. Then I think I watched it again in May. Like, I've seen it about 6 times this year, maybe even 7 when I watch it, possibly on Christmas Day. So yeah, I begun the year. I discovered Fellini in January, because that one they kind of kicked off, all the kind of different film places kicked off their thing for 100 years of Fellini for his 100th birthday. And then in April, because we were in lockdown, I watched loads of his films like La Strada, Nights of Cabiria, like loads of them. Juliet of the Spirits, Voice of the Moon, Il Biglione, hard time saying that one. So yeah, I begun the year with Fellini. I discovered Fellini, watched 8.5. It's now one of my favorite films of all time. The only film I've watched this year that has become a favorite film of all time. So I think it is just perfect to finish the year by getting the beautiful Criterion Collection box set of most of his films, 14 of his films, not all of them, but most of them. And yeah, finishing off like that. That's why it's also very special for me. Anyway, Erin says, are you a fan of Jones Kaufman movies? I need to watch more Jones, but I really like Kaufman's I'm Thinking of Ending Things. I need to watch, what was it? What is it now? It's the New York one, but I forgot the first thing of it. What is it? It begins with an S, doesn't it? Find it. Oh yes, here we are. Synecdoche, New York. I think that's how you say it. I need to watch that again. And I like Eternal Spotlight of the Eternal. I always get them mixed up, don't I? Eternal something of the Spotless Mind. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. There we go. Got it finally. But I saw that maybe 2 years ago. Got to watch that again, because yeah, really got to watch that. Winslow asks, when's the room tour? It would have been like soon this month, but now Christmas is around the corner. I'm thinking, well, I'll do the room tour after Christmas, because I might get new things, like a new post to put on my wall, and I'll have a rejig of things if I get like the Fellini box set and stuff like that. So after Christmas, very early in January, the room tour is coming. Don't worry, it's coming. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I love the Ricky Gervais joke. I don't know which one you mean, Winslow. Anyway, I spent really long on that question. We've got many more questions. Anyway, first full review says, all theatres in my state are closed, and there are some 2020 movies that aren't releasing on VOD or Blu-ray until 2021, and I don't know whether I should include it in my 2020 list or not. Depends if you can watch them, Fistful reviews. If you can watch them, oh, I know what you mean now. When they release in 2021, do you want to include it in your? I would, yeah. Like 1917 and what's another one that came out? Jojo Rabbit. Those films had their theatrical debuts in the UK in 2020, but I rank them as a 2019 film because they officially debuted in 2019. They were for the 2019 Oscars. They, the 2019 films, they debuted for 2019, but in the UK, we just got them because they had their festival run and things like that. So I would class them as that. That's what I usually do. So yeah. But if it's like, if the 2020 film made its debut in 2020, obviously, rank it in 2020. But if it's a film that has never been released until 2021, then obviously it's a 2021 film. That makes sense. Sam says, did you see the March US Criterion reveals? Secrets and Lies is a must, in my opinion. I'm so hyped for Wong Kar-wai set. Yeah, some of those films look really good. Can't wait for the Wong Kar-wai set. But the thing is, I really want to watch a few Wong Kar-wai films before I get his box set. Like my college tutor, he says start with Chungking Express, but I can't find it anywhere. You can't rent it. There's no Blu-ray for it in the UK, and it's like I want to get the Wong Kar-wai set, but I don't. There's another part of me thinking, well, what happens if I don't like any of his films because I haven't seen any of his films yet? It isn't like with Bergman. I've got the Bergman set, but I've already seen some of his films. That's the thing. It's annoying. Yeah. Winslow said, God, I wish UK Criterion had everything the US had. That would be great, Winslow. But I do think I do have a bit of an instinct that the Wong Kar-wai set will be in region B for the UK. I think we'll get that set, hopefully. If not, then I'll have to import whenever I can. Yeah. Fistful says, speaking of foreign films, about films, I recently watched Cinema Paradiso and was pleasantly surprised. Yes. Any thoughts on that film? Such a delightful film. I'm sure many people have said this, but I watched it during lockdown, and it's been many months since I hadn't been in a cinema. And in my review, I did say like that film, Cinema Paradiso, made me miss cinemas even more. It really enriches your appreciation for the art form and for the experience. I really want to get that 4K as well. I got the Blu-ray of it foolishly because then I was like, well, I didn't actually have a 4K player yet. In my defense, I didn't have a 4K setup when I got the Blu-ray. So yeah. Oh, and thank you, Erin, for that. Synecdoche, New York. About James Corden, I presume. Oh, is that the Ricky Gervais joke? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Van Club Trim says, who would you be your dream composer for a soundtrack for your next film? Because I'm just thinking I could say John Williams, but he wouldn't. For my next film, Blood in the Trees, possibly, I need to find like a composer that would fit the style of music I want for that film. So, I really want to have a piano in that film, like a piano theme. Mainly, I really like the piano. It's really good in music and things. I just need to think of a good composer that would do that well. Maybe what's his name? Laurie Baffley or something. He did Mission Impossible. He's done a few bit TV like his Dark Materials. But I think he's a really good composer. And he's new and things like that. Maybe Ludwig Göransson. If we're talking composers who have passed, then of course Ennio Morricone, because I think he's just so versatile. He can just do anything. So yeah, if it's like unfortunately passed away, then I'll go Ennio Morricone. Cinematic Art 88 says, have you ever thought of attending the British Film Festival? Wanted to go this year, but since everything happened, going to London was not a fun option to do. Hoping to go next year. It depends as well, because I have to have someone to drive me there, unless at that point I have a car, but I don't know how I would feel about that. And then staying over and getting the train, it just be a logistical kind of thing, but it would be nice. It'd be nice. By the way, guys, we'll be wrapping up in a minute, so I'll have a bit drink of water and I'll answer a few more questions. Okay, so Erin says, what's your favorite song in a film? I've discovered many songs through watching films, and there probably wouldn't be a song that I'd have listened to if it wasn't for the film. Like, I usually listen to a song that, and I think of the film, like Then He Kissed Me. Like, if someone saw me listen to Then He Kissed Me like that, who's it from? Do you call them the Runettes? One or the other, like, were they from the 50s or the 60s? That doesn't look like, the type of stuff but I'm thinking about Goodfellas in that song, in that moment. How masterful the film is, how, the long steady cam shot with that song in. And that would be one. I love that. A really great song. But let's just have a look at the Spotify for a second. Good old Spotify. Oh, I've just seen Banner Collector James has given a really good suggestion. Trent Reznor and Arctis Ross. That's really, really good as well. That's a good shout. Yeah. Okay. Song from a film that I like. Well, some Bond, of course, Goldfinger and Thunderball. Pretty much every Bond, Diamonds Are Forever for Your Eyes Only, You Know My Name, Skyfall. Those ones really good. The Rolling Stones, their Out of Time. I didn't know about Out of Time, their strings version of that song, until I watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That might be one of my favorites as well. Love that song to pieces. Yeah, that definitely. And Fistful, yes, completely agree. It makes you appreciate film and cinema much more. And I'll check your review after the stream. Yeah, thank you, Fistful Reviews. Yeah. And Ennio, yes, talking about Ennio, he did do the music for Cinema Paradiso. And Aaron says, I can't think of a song I discovered from a film. I'm sure. Oh, Johnny Be Good, yeah. That's a good one, yeah, from Back to the Future. Yeah. So, guys, if you want to just wrap up, give your closing thoughts, closing questions, this will be probably my final video before, I don't know when. I probably have to do my 27th of December. I'll probably have to go in and do my top 10 best, top 10 worst. I'll probably record all those videos in one day, maybe. And then the Criterion video. So expect lots of videos quite close together as well, which I don't really enjoy doing, but I've kind of got to do it that way. So yeah, this will be my final video until that. So it's taking a little small break there. Again, give your closing thoughts. I hope everyone has a really nice and safe Christmas. Please, everyone, stay safe, be happy, have a great time, watch great films. I'll be on Instagram and things, posting things probably and stuff like that. I'm on Twitter. I'll be on Twitter. So, if anyone wants to say anything, hear my thoughts on something, I'm there. Aaron says, Merry Christmas. Have a good one, everyone. Wear your masks and Christmas jumpers. Stay safe. Yes, I couldn't agree more. Have a great time. But then again, stay safe and hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas. And Alex Pitt says, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that you hit 1K subscribers soon, my friend. You totally deserve it. Have a great... Thank you so much, Alex. Yeah, it's really, really kind of you. And massive congratulations on the big 100 subscribers milestone. It's been a very fast couple of months for your YouTube channel to reach that. And some people will call small milestone, but when you're a small YouTuber, it's a very big milestone indeed. And I'm very glad that you're carving a very comfortable corner for yourself in the UK Blu-ray community, because everyone's welcome. Anyone who wants to start a channel, Alex has done it and he's got 100 subscribers. Moviebug definitely helped with that, which was very kind of him to kind of put it forward. But yeah, really great of everyone to do that and to support you, Alex. You've got some great videos out there as well. So definitely soon I might be getting 1,000, which is just crazy. But yeah, that's always appreciated. Tom Grove says, have a good life day. I hope you have a great life day as well, Tom. Get plenty of Blu-rays and watch plenty of great films. Merry Christmas, everyone. Great stream, Lucas. Thank you very much, James. It's the same to you as always. Stream was a lot of fun. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Fistful reviews. And of course, you can see what I'm watching on Letterboxd. So I don't know if anyone else has got anything else to say. I'm ready to press the button to end the stream. But yeah, it's been great. Oh, there we are. Winslow. Winslow, have a great Christmas. Everyone, you know, Sam, Winslow, Cinematic Art, Hector, everybody, Alex Truman, and Joshua Payne. I think that's how you pronounce it. Of course, Alex. Who else? Shane, if you're still watching. Film Geek 13. Everybody. Have a great time. Have a great Christmas. Right, I will see you all in the next video. Have a very Merry Christmas.